needs game 3 more. My bad. Thank you for telling me about Michael Porter, though. I'm gonna take that for my notes.
Hey, believe that. That's my boy. But yeah, who I think needed more. I think the Nuggets needed more, man. I mean, you're the favorite in this matchup. I mean, throughout the whole playoffs, you've been undefeated at home, and you lost your second home game. That's unlike what you've been doing. So you're in unfamiliar territory right now,
Is
and this is the
Devon,
finals. You're going against a Heat team that's very
Devon,
hungry,
you breaking up?
Yeah, you going in and out.
huh?
You going in and out?
And not like a robbery.
All right, go ahead.
Talk to me now.
Yep, you good right now.
Okay. So back to what I was saying. The Heat are a hungry team, and they're underdogs, and they're hot off the last game. And if you let them continue to play well and get hot, I mean, you're in trouble. They get you up out of there. I mean, you've seen what they've been doing all playoffs right now. For me, the Nuggets last game, Jokic dropped 40, but he had 4 assists. Guys like Michael Porter Jr. and those guys are going to have to step up because they're their best when everybody's involved and everybody's getting a piece of the pie. So for me, I think who needs it the most is the favorites in this matchup, and that's the Nuggets.
Well, J-Mo.
Yeah, piggyback on what Javon said about Miami. They not like they'll get you up out of there. Like is Miami in a pretty like on a normal basis, Miami's not gonna beat themselves. Like you gotta beat them. And I think that if Miami can just keep it to where it's close down the stretch of the game, they can make it happen because they've been a great team in the fourth quarter, especially these 2 games. Great team in the clutch. They got one of the best closers in the game. Bam has to stay aggressive. They don't need to call plays for Bam and clear out the right side. Bam could get the ball instead of handing it off, drive to the cup. Instead of kicking it out to that 3, attack off the pick and roll, off dribble handoffs and things like that. And on the glass, he can get 2 buckets a game off offensive rebounds if he hustling. So I think Bam got to stay aggressive. He, believe it or not, has one of the mismatches on when Miami's on offense. He has a mismatch. Jokic is checking him,
Mm.
and either Jokic is not checking him because he's trying to defend the rim, or he can't check him. So I think that Bam has to stay aggressive. I think those guys keep hitting threes. Like they made, I think, 6 more threes than the Nuggets, but they shot it at like a 9% more, 8 or 9% more clip
Mm-hmm.
than the Nuggets did. So Miami keep hitting the three. Jimmy Butler they did a great job with that switch. He's able to guard Murray more. I think that they can get it done. But Denver needs this more. Denver's the better team. Denver's the team that's going to get criticized if they lose, not Miami. Miami had a good run. If Miami loses, Miami had a good run. If Denver loses, they choked. So I think Denver is the team with the pressure right now, and they lost home court advantage. They were undefeated at home until they lost last game. Jamal Murray has to stay aggressive the entire game. They got to
Mm-hmm.
figure out a way to run him off some extra screens, get some more dribble handoffs, not just with Jokic, but with other people. Um, I think that KCP has to get it going. He doesn't have to drop 25 or nothing like that, but he's only hit 1 3 in each of these games. So uh, he has to get going, and Michael Porter Jr. has to get going. I'm disappointed in him settling for the 3 so much. Even if he doesn't get all the way to the basket, he can get closer and take some mid-range shots. I'm not sure if the spacing is bad because Aaron Gordon is occupying the dunker spot and Jokic is doing the handoffs with Murray. But I think all of that I just mentioned, those last 3 points, all of that can be fixed if Denver gets out in transition. Denver get out in transition. Miami has no time to set up their defense. And KCP, Michael Porter Jr., not just threes, but layups, those can get you going. And that can lead to shots being made when you need them in a big playoff game. So I guess my biggest point for Denver would be to get out in transition. They obviously have to do better defense because the percentages, as far as their offense, it was pretty good in both games. But the defense they wasn't getting the stops they got the first game in game 2. So I think Denver needs this more for sure.
Speaking of transitions, because we're gonna go on a fast break. Dave, you gonna go last because literally almost everybody on this panel has participated in you getting some Miami Heat paraphernalia. So Joe, I'm gonna let you go.
All right. Denver. I'm with J-Mo and Javon. Denver needs it more because number one, they are the better team. They lost home court advantage. Those are the obvious reasons. Also, we know in the playoffs, it's all about adjustments. Denver threw the first punch. Miami played small ball. That's how they played the whole playoffs for real. Denver had an answer for that. They were bigger. Miami countered by putting Kevin Love in the star lineup and matched Eric Gordon basically because he was the only one that was being physical outside of Jokic. And now it's the Nuggets' turn to adjust. So the Nuggets lose this game, and we all expect the Nuggets to bring their best. I mean, Mike Malone talked about the effort and everything. So if they come out after losing and lose, that's going to be like a confidence, killer for the team, for the fans, for the media. Like, oh man, Miami actually might win this. But the Nuggets win this game. It's kind of like, yeah, we kind of knew they was going to win. They took back control. So I think they actually need that game. They need this game more than Miami. And I think the key is that it's not offensively because they still play good offensively. It's the defense. And a lot of it is this effort and communication. KCP said that they didn't like each other, yesterday. I mean, the last game because they weren't talking on defense. A lot of times Miami shot wide open threes because lack of communication. I watched all the threes they shot, right? Out of 35 threes, 13 of them were literally wide open. I mean, just like nobody there to contest. 13. That's a lot. So that's a whole lot. And they shot 48% from three, like J-Mo said. Gabe Vincent was a problem, So that's the key for me. And they're gonna have to answer that problem with Eric Gordon because Eric Gordon was a problem against the Lakers. The problem with the Lakers were they couldn't close because they kind of neutralized Aaron Gordon, but they just couldn't close. The difference between Lakers and Miami, they're a very clutch team. They're probably the clutchest team in the playoffs right now. So I'm curious to see what Mike Malone going to do to counter what Miami did last game.
Take it away, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, I did my best to try to see how I could figure out a way to say that Miami needs this game more. But in all honesty, it's Denver. I mean, the fan in me wants to say Miami because we're here along with what Jimmy said last year. We should have the pressure, but we're not pressured. We're the AC first playing team to make it into the NBA Finals. So it's not really necessarily on us, and we took away home court advantage. It's not like we're down 0-2 or not like we won game one and we lost game two. It's the other way around. We lost game one, won game two. That's not how it has been every single round. Every single round we won game one. So right now it's really on Denver because Miami, like I said, no one really believes that Miami can win it. I mean, I do, but I'm a fan, so of course I'm a go with my team. But no one really believes Miami can win it. Denver is the heavy favorite, and honestly, they should be. You got Jokic and Murray. You got two really good defenders in Bruce Brown and KCP. So you have what Miami doesn't have. So, but we just play. Our chemistry is what keeps us in the game. We execute well. Like Joe said, we are the clutchest team in the NBA in the playoffs right now because we're plus 90 in the fourth quarter. That's higher than anybody. So
minus in all other quarters.
Yeah, and we're losing in all other quarters we're losing. But fourth quarter, when it counts most, is when we basically come in, and we've made 7 comebacks from being down 15 in the playoffs this year.
Hey Dave, real quick, you give me every reason why y'all need it more.
Yeah,
you give me because y'all the worst team, right? Y'all need it more than them. Denver could come back.
That's true. They can.
I get Denver to come back from a 2-1 lead than y'all.
Yeah, that's true. But what I'm saying is everything that y'all said just makes a lot more sense to me, just because of the position that they're in. They're the number one team. They're the only team to complete a sweep from someone this year. We were in position to complete a sweep, and we had to go to
Yo, chill out. We swept the Nets.
Exactly.
Well, go ahead. I honestly forgot about that, Jim. My bad. It was no diss. It was no diss. There's no diss. But
you said that was years ago.
I feel like a long time ago. Like since we've been in the playoffs.
But so it's Like I said, they've been the number one team in the West since December. So everyone is expecting them to win. So I personally think that Miami, of course, I'm picking us to win, but I believe Denver needs more.
Yeah, I mean it's a consensus across the board. Denver needs us more as far as expectation wise. Also, you being a better team. I'm also picking the Nuggets. The same reason why I think we had this debate with the Celtics a while back when they was like, "Who needs this game more?" And I was like, I said, the Celtics need this game more. And you all was like, "Why?" Because if they're the favorites, they actually don't need it. They can lose one game and they can come back. But I'm like, no, actually, it's more boulders on their shoulders. No pun intended. Because of all the expectations. You have the better team. You have the better point guard. I don't want to start sounding like my clothes better, my fit better. But if you just talk about Denver, everything's better until it comes down to the coach. Like the coaches kind of cancel each other out there. So technically, I won't even say which team needs it better. I would say Malone needs this more because he keeps dissing the Lakers every chance he get. He forget that he's playing the Miami Heat sometimes. So it's like pay attention to the person in front of you and not the battle that's behind you. Like he driving with the rear view. Also, effort. Michael Porter Jr. We need more. KCP. We need more. Like you had more fouls than you probably had points at one point. And then Caleb Martin. I just want to send a personal message, man. My bad, y'all. I'm sorry. I was on here fighting for him to be Eastern Conference MVP, and now he can't even get 8 points. My bad. Y'all was right. But
8 points.
Exactly. So Denver come out tonight because you need this game more. Also, Miami is one of those teams that, when, like Kev said in the comment, when they smell blood, they going for the kill. They ain't got time to sit around and play. And yeah, that debate that started something too.
By the way, it's pressure to win game 3, y'all. It's not game.
Yeah,
that's a series, Kevo.
Nah, he was a Piston, Carl. Sorry, he was a Piston that game. He was hitting threes when he was with the Wizards. Sorry.
Oh, he doesn't get drafted by them.
Hey, can I be a devil's advocate real quick?
Shoot.
All right, because everybody picked Denver. I'm here to debate, man. I ain't here to agree all y'all, but Miami needs us more for real. Let's keep it 100. All right, let's forget all the psychological stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, Jokic don't care about the media. All right, Jimmy don't care about the media. So forget all the psychological stuff. Let's talk about basketball. If Denver goes down 2-1, is anybody down that can still win? No.
I am.
If Miami goes down 2-1, Dave is the only one on here that's like, all right, Dave, you got a tall task. So Miami definitely needs this because Miami play almost a perfect game and won by 3. And Denver didn't play a perfect game. So I'm going to say Miami. Y'all need this. And plus, y'all stole home court advantage. If y'all lose, you give it back to Denver, who only lost one time all playoffs. Do you want to have to go back to Denver and win again? Or do you want to win out the rest of your home games?
So Joe, let me jump in right there. Honestly, Dave just read the plus minus in the fourth quarter. And he also read like how this team, like how they spark in that fourth quarter. So if Miami goes up 2-1, for me, because I literally got a phone call earlier and it was like, man, how you feeling about the game tonight? Man, I don't know at this point. All my confidence was with the Nuggets. But once I seen how Miami played in game 1, where they didn't play their best game, but it was still almost close. Then you come back in game 2, Gabe Vincent. I mean,
go ahead.
I said almost. He
was down by 10 the whole game.
No, game 1, no, game 2. I'm sorry. Game 1, they got blown out. Yeah, that was crazy. But they came back in game 2 and Denver adjusted and still made it a game and won that game because they were down 20. They went on a 20-1 run at some point in that game, and the Heat came back and won it. So the Heat, they're a momentum as team. We've seen it happen through each series. Like once they get the momentum and it gets to clicking, it's like that old pacer. Once it get going, you can't stop it. And Denver, they just gonna make your boy a score.
Celtics won 3 straight though. That's all I know.
And then they lost.
That. Yeah, they won 3 straight though.
They won 3 straight and lost at home.
I'm just saying, like I seen Miami give up 3 games in a row. I ain't see that in Denver.
Be prepared.
Yeah, that's why they need it. They are in unfamiliar territory right now. They've been on top of every opponent. I don't remember last time they've been tied in the series. I think the Suns they was tied. They 2-2. They was 2-2 with the Suns, but after that,
it wasn't the Lakers.
They were tied 0-0.
Oh yeah, they were. You right.
That's insane.
What's wrong, bro?
But Denver. Go ahead. Hey, go ahead.
Nah,
Hey,
bro.
Tomo, I need that stop the cap. I need it. I need it.
I was not expecting that.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. It caused my head. It caused my mind at one point. I ain't gonna lie. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had to read it. I had to get close up on it.
Yeah,
But
go ahead.
Like anybody saying it out loud. Go ahead for the listeners.
but just like Tomo said, like Dave read the numbers. You know, they've been a good team in the fourth all playoffs, and it's like the Denver played a pretty good game as well. You said that as well. They played a good game and they played a good game. The difference was the fourth quarter spark.
Mm-hmm.
Now Denver has to show that they are the dominant team. I mean, they let Duncan Robinson come in and just do that.
Duncan Bryant.
Like he realized came in and did that, and then, and even Max Strus, he just started off and did nothing else. Like he had 6 assists, which was good, but like he hit them 4 threes and it was like, you know, he got fouled on the other one. So for me, it's like you gotta tame them beasts over there, cause like you letting everybody get a piece of this over there, and y'all the team that needs to be the one letting everybody get a piece of this. They made y'all play how they wanted y'all to play. They made Jokic go out there and be a 40-point scorer and turn Jamal Murray into the facilitator. When you flip it, they're a better team for real. So Denver has to show that they can get back on track, because if they go down 2-1 and the next game in Miami, they might be going 3-1 back in Denver, to be honest.
It's wrong. Hey, don't let spoil you. Don't let spoil hear you say that last part you said about the Jamal Murray and Jokic name.
Oh yeah, the untrained eye.
That video was great. But I got one more question before we get out of here. I know we gotta get out of here real quick. But if Denver loses this game, is Joker still the best player in the league or the world?
No, I don't think he's the best player. We gotta wait until the series over.
Okay.
He got some win.
I just want to throw that out there. There's been a lot of chats. Take it to the chat. Leave it in the comments. I just want to.
Wasn't the conversation, Joe? Didn't you say this though? If he plays well, you still consider him the best player in the league?
See, it's different because Miami's in the finals. Like, I'm sorry, no offense to your team, but like he's not losing to a juggernaut team. If he loses to y'all, it's kind of like wow, like. I don't know.
So if it was the Celtics in the position,
yeah.
So you're saying if the Celtics was in the position and he played well, you would still consider him the best player in the league?
I don't know, man. Because we talked about this like round 2.
But you just said that it's not the case because Miami's here. But if the Celtics was here, you wouldn't say that? That's the number 2 team. You said it's the best team in the East.
It all depends. I might say that because Celtics are good. Like the Celtics were expected.
Who the best player in the league?
I had them. I said it's in limbo. That's what I said. It's like nobody is taking the crown. You know,
how did you change up like that though? Because you said that when the series started.
What?
When the final started, that's when you said that.
No,
the question happened when the series started.
We're not second round. We talk about that. When I did the top 5 players in the playoffs.
No, I'm talking about the question about Jokic being the best player in the league. That's when the finals before the finals started, but the series was already set.
No, I thought that happened when I did my non-score average top 5. I did my top 5 players remaining in the playoffs.
Nah,
we got the clips.
Hold on, I got y'all. We're gonna go back. We're gonna wind the tape, and we're gonna bring this panel back. This is good. I ain't think it was gonna spark as much as of a debate.
Look, even if I said that, I mean, like, if he averaged triple double, then yes, he has to be the best player because nobody else is taking the crown. But
that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. If he plays well, you still gonna consider him the best player in the league
by default. Kind of like how Giannis was the best player last year by default. But
yeah, I was just about to say, if Giannis had the crown, Jokic got to get the crown.
It's like it's by default though. It's not like he took it. It's kind of like it kind of fell in his lap. That's how I look at it. Like I think he has to win it for me to be like it's stamped. He's the best player. It's debatable if he don't win. How about that? Kind of like how Giannis was debatable.
No, they gave it to Giannis after he won.
Who was they? I ain't give it to Giannis.
The media. I'm saying the media. The general narrative.
Man,
you never gave it to Giannis. I'm not talking about you. It's been in limbo for I don't know how many years for you.
If anything, we gotta blame Joe because that's why the Bucks didn't make it. All the pressure you put on the Bucks this year.
Lost first round. I mean,
That's
the
why.
Nuggets did it too. I ain't saying nothing.
That's
though.
why the
Go ahead,
Celtics
Javon.
didn't make it either because Joe said they were the best team in the East and they got bounced.
I mean,
They ain't about to the first round like Giannis though.
That's true,
4-1.
but they still lost.
But Giannis got hurt though, so we just put it out there.
exactly.
My back.
He did
my
he
back.
not get hurt, David? Like,
My
act
back.
like he didn't. If we gonna kill Kawhi Leonard for championship, we gotta talk about this one too.
Oh, we got 2 more topics. All right, I'm
Wow,
writing that down
okay.
too.
All
I'm
right.
writing that one down too.
All right.
But,
That was actually worse.
Von Jamo, appreciate y'all coming on. We're gonna let y'all get y'all last words. Von.
We got speed round. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.